Hey everybody, Frugal Farmer here. This is pit cooked barbecue the old way. What they do, they take oak and hickory and cook it down the coals. Then normally these pits have an opening on one end. They take and shovel it in. And they'll take and cook that hog like that. Then flip it over, let it cook for a little while. And you got some good eating. First time I ever ate barbecue, I was about 8, 9 years old. My father and I were at Santee Cooper, South Carolina fishing. We were catching fish and we weren't worried about nothing else. Well, we come off the lake, you just didn't have all these places staying up late, like McDonald's and all that, where you could go till 11 o'clock. Places were shut down, and this was a Saturday night too. Well, we had a motel room we were staying in down there, and Dad had a little boat, and anyway, we'd come in, we went looking. Went to this restaurant. It was closed. So we're going by this little store and it was open. So we went there and my father got to talking with the man. And we were talking about fishing, caught, and he asked him, was there any restaurants or anything that might be open? And the man said, no, not in this part of the lake that he knew of. And so my father told me, he said, well, son, he said, let's get some potato chips and stuff like that. He said, we'll get some stuff. We said, we'll make sandwiches. That was fine with me. Well, that man, he said, no. He said, if y'all hungry, y'all gonna eat with me. My dad was, it was kind of an awkward moment. I could pick that up as a kid. He said, no, sir. He said, we appreciate it. He said, he said, no. He said, come on. So we walked back into the kitchen, and the man lived in the back of the store with his wife and his son. Well, that man got pit cooked barbecue out. And this was big chunks, and he got out vinegar-based barbecue sauce. Never had that, and never had pit cooked barbecue that I could remember up to that point. That's the first time I remember. Gosh, that stuff went in my mouth. I cleaned my plate. I made a happy plate that night. Well, the man got me some more, and he asked me why I want some of that sauce, and I said I'd like to try it if that was all right. And I looked at my daddy, because back then you were kids, you just didn't go mouthing off any kind of way. You looked at your parents and you got the okay on stuff. Well, the man put me a little bit. I dipped my barbecue in there. It was love at first bite. I've loved vinegar-based sauce since then, and I always have. But this gentleman, his name was Joe, and we got to be good friends with him. And if we saw us down there, he'd let us know. He said, we're going to be cooking some barbecue. Come on by. And he'd sell plates and stuff. He didn't charge us a dime. He went back in there and got my daddy and him a beer, and they were sitting around and drank and talked. And we got to be good friends with him. Well, his wife, I think she might have been 4'8", maybe 4'10". She wasn't a very tall woman. If she weighed 90 pounds, that was probably soaking wet. Well, this lady always had a kind of a roar about her. You didn't trifle with her. Well, come to find out, she had been married before her husband died. She had 4 or 5 grown sons, and then she met Joe and married Joe. Her name was Miss Anna, is what we called her. Well, I didn't get this story from Miss Anna, but I got it from another guy. Miss Anna had been a Hungarian resistance fighter in World War II. And she was on the front line. She was fighting and shooting. And nobody really knew what she did, because it was just bits and pieces from this one and that one. It was something evidently she didn't talk about, and nobody was brave enough to ask her. Well, she was always nice to me now. She never was, but you could tell you didn't trifle with Miss Anna. They said her grown sons get drunk, get to carrying on, so she'd go out there and start beating on them. And said they knew better than to say anything back or to try and get her off of them, because the other boys would beat them up, and then she'd beat them up just as bad for doing that. But that's been, gosh, that's been close to 48 years ago. I still remember that love at first bite. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again when you will. Share, comment, like. Hit that subscribe button. God bless.